So there you can see I got the helping hands out to hold it for me. I'll do the best I can, and I took the motors off as well. So when this flips back over, this is going to be the ESC on this side. So what we're going to do, and the way I have it set up is it's going to wrap around that, so once I put it back, I'm going to have to really watch what I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder that on here, I'll solder this here, take this motor, flip it, and solder that onto there. So we'll start with the farthest one, which is this one. Now we'll go power first, I guess, and then we'll go from the far edge this way. It's just easier for me. Just easier for me the way I'm going to solder it, because I'll start on that end, and then you guys will be able to see it clearly. So I'll start on that end, work my way this way, and like I said, once I solder that on there and solder this one on there and I flip it all back over, it should all be sitting right side up and the proper way. So now when I solder my soldering iron, I tend to set usually at the same heat for everything. I try to go a little bit lower for these smaller wires. The heavier the wire, a little bit more heat, but in general I try not to go too hot, like blastering hot, because I'm just using my fine tip for most soldering. It just makes it easier for me to get at everything when I do it. So yeah, in general, as you learn, you'll learn your own way and you'll do your own thing. So the way I learned, I came a long ways. So yeah, let's get that going. So like I said, I'm at 600 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's about, the Americans know that. For us Canadians, we're using Celsius, so that's about 315 or so, 310 or something. So it's not too hot, not too cold, as they say. So pre-tin that, get that warm, get this, apply the heat, make sure the board itself gets wet, let go, done. There's your power. Now for ground, it's a little tricky. Probably going to get in your guys' way with my hands, but I'll try to let you see as best as I can. But with the way this works, it's tough to let you see it and let me do my job at the same time. So get it all wet, pull away, hold it for a sec. Oh, see, I didn't even get it. Because I pre-tinned the board yesterday, so it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky to heat get warm, so I gotta get some more solder on there, and then I can get it applied. Let it apply more heat so it gets it wet on the board. Like I said, I'm having a frick of a time with these grounds for some reason. That's not very good at all. Yeah, I'm not. Something is giving me a go for some reason with these frickin' grounds. I don't know why. Wow. Well, like I said, it doesn't seem to be touching, so I'll just leave it there. It's not the greatest. It's not straight. It's it's horrible. It's a joke. But like I said, it was tough. It's tough for me to get these freaking grounds for some reason. Now let's try this one. I'll try to get the pad wet first. Apply the wire. Get the wire in there. Oh, not good there. Okay. Got it. Well, let me tell you, those grounds are, for some reason, the ground on everything today is beating my ass. Can't get the damn grounds to stick. I don't want to apply too much heat and too long because we all know what happens then. And I'm screwed because I don't have another PDB, so trying to get this going is a little bit of a pain in the ass. But there we go. Got it. Actually got it. So, like I said, take your handy dandy meter after everything's soldered in. See what that means? That means there's a short. If you hear that sound, it's a short. That means they're connected. So there you go. We got two grounds. Another ground. So when you touch positive and ground, it should not make a noise. See? So we're good. Power is good. Power, power, power. So you're good to go. You're safe. So now let's flip these over. And the way we have this set up is we're going around. Around like that. Around like that. So the red, the positive's got to come in through there, the positive's got to come through there, and sit on like that. Get those wires out of there. Get these wires out of there. Because those are signal and telemetry and signal ground. Get these back. So the way the motor sits on, it should go around that. Yep. That one should go there. There you go. I'll just try to put these out of the way so it doesn't look like. Put them out of the way so it doesn't look like shit. Then you can actually see. Put the motors back on. I'll slide the wires through the slot for now to keep them out of the way, so you can see how nice and pretty it turned out in my eyes. Apparently beauty is in the eye of the beholder, whatever that means. What about when you're intoxicated? Right? There's a lot of beauty then. So there you go, guys. If you look how neat that looks, Once I have the ESC's heat shrunk on, like I said I was gonna do, it'll look good. So there we go. That's what we got so far. Um, I think it looks really nice. I think it's going to turn out excellent. And there's the power for VTX, like I said. Now there's a 12 volt BEC on there as well. Probably won't be using it. I'm sure the VTX I'll be using will be the TBS. So I won't be using the 12. Probably won't put no lights, no LEDs, so I won't need that extra. Won't need that. So just a 5 volt for my power, and like I have a connector. This is a Dean's, just or GST or whatever I can't remember the exact name, but I want to use that so I can undisconnect my VTX and stuff, because the VTX will be a real short wire. It'll be mounted right here somewhere, and the antenna will be coming out. So I'll see how small that is. I won't need much wires at all. No OSD. So power, that's it. Plug it in. I'll be able to pull this away, unplug it if I need to. Simple. Keeps it easy to work on, and that way, you know, it's hopefully works out for the best. Yeah. So hopefully my KISS flight control will be here soon, and that'll be the next thing. And once that's together, once that's all in and soldered, VTX camera. As this camera's no good, I did a big no-no, and we all do it. I did it a while back. Pretty much brand new Runcam Owl Plus. Pretty much brand new. I switched the wires for, I can't remember exactly why. I had them switch for a different camera, so the power and ground were different. So when I plugged in this camera to that same harness, well, you can imagine what happened. There was a nice smoke show. So the board in here is no good. Everything else is still good. The lens, everything is good. But I could just get a new board, and this camera will still be able to use. So that's what I'll be doing, is buying just a new chip and putting it together, and that'll be a just as good camera. So there we go. Up to now, we're getting close. There it is, guys. Got the KISS AFC, and finally. Now I got this. I got mine from Ready Made RC. Open her up. Well, I just opened the mail package, and this is what comes. This is how it comes. Open that up. There you go. KISS FC. Now I'm using telemetry and everything on this, so for motors 1, 2, 3, and 4, I will have 3 wires, and they'll all be on the one side. And then I'll be using the X4R, as you'll see. But I just wanted to show you guys the opening of my KISS flight control that I'm using for this build. I love the way KISS is so dialed in just on default PIDs. So there you go. I'll get to pre-tuning that, and we'll go from there. far as receivers go under this build, this is the FR Sky X4R SB S-Bus. Those of you, this the instructions how to bind. Smart port wire. There she is, X4R. Now I'll be taking it out of this package, desoldering the pins, as I'll just directly solder one servo wire to here. Then I can just take that and plug it in, as when you solder 3 pins onto the KISS, just so this can go right from here, directly solder to here, and just plug into the KISS flight control. And I'll do all that in the video as well to show you. There's the X4R I'll be using. Well, there it is, guys. There's what I have so far. Mostly all the electronics are done. The KISS board is, everything's wired. Beeper, receiver, the board. Now you saw me solder a pin here, but I had to take the pin off because I realized after I got the board in that the camera, it would be in the way of the camera. So I had left it out. So I just wanted to show you guys that what I had so far. But like it's all done. Just as far as some double-sided tape and stuff to tape down the SCs, as well as the receiver antennas, which will come up the side here. I have some hard plastic to go over them, and then I'll probably just heat shrink them to the side here, so they're coming up on top. And yeah, there it is. That's basically what the finished product looks like. We have KISS, like I said, and the wiring is looks not too bad. I should have got maybe some braided hose or something, braided steel to go over some things. Maybe I could have covered up, made it look a lot neater. But overall, like the way the wiring is all wound together and stuff, it looks like it, you know, turned out pretty good. I like it. So I just wanted to show you guys what I had up until then. Now all we have is the wiring of the camera and the VTX, and then we'll flash the ESCs, and then test flight. But there you go, fellas. Hope you guys enjoy the build so far. I know it's tedious and I'm rambling on all the time, but you know, I'm trying my best, and I'm not the greatest video editor or anything. I just want to show you, I just do it to show you guys what I've been doing, what I do, and how I do it. You know, and as you can see, I got a lot better with soldering and all that. So yeah, stay tuned. Now, as far as VTXs go, I was going to use the TBS Unify Pro as well, but I recently went flying with some friends, and one of the good friends of mine who actually got me into the drones, the racing quads, he had bought the M9 gimbals from Horus, and he got the package that included the VTX. Now what's cool about this VTX, I've never even really heard about it, but what's cool about this VTX is it is switchable. You can switch it, the power source, 25, 200, 600, and 800, I believe. So the cool thing about this, I noticed, is it has PWM, so I can hook this to one of my dial servos, and I can actually change the channel with the dial. No, I can't change the band, but I can change the channel from 1 to 8 with this PWM signal. Built-in microphone and just the standard hookups. So also has like a pit mode, so if you power up pressing this button, it won't transmit, so you won't interfere with other racers. So I thought that was kind of cool, and it's so small it'll fit nicely in my small build. So I figured, you know, might as well check it out. So I'll show you that as well. So I'll solder that all up to the camera, and then you'll be able to see all that. But I thought it was pretty cool, so I might as well try it out. So now that I got everything binded, I got in the previous video you seen that the receiver was binded to the transmitter. I got some props on. I got my GoPro mount on. I got the, I'll move that out of the way for a sec. I got the antennas I was talking about. As you'll see, it looks pretty tight. I think it's pretty clean. Turned out pretty good. With all the KISS stuff, that's the building is the best part of drones. The best part of everything, I believe, is actually building it. So the only thing left to do now is get my FPV going and test fly it first. Make sure that it's not crazy and it doesn't go all flying all crazy, batshit crazy, and take off on me. Now I'm using the the X4R SB, so I'm set to no pulses as failsafe. Also failsafe in the GUI, so everything is set up how I like it, including on my transmitter as well as on the quad. So all in all, really like it. Can't wait to fly it. So here's my transmitter.
Welcome to OpenTX. Let's fly.
Now this will be an underslung battery. As you can see, my GoPro mounts right in the middle, right in the way, so there's no way the battery is going up there. So this will be underslung. As I probably will use this more for racing, as I do have other quads that I'll be using for more of a freestyle. So yeah, that's basically what it looks like now, and I wanted to show you. Plug it up. As it stands right there, it would be, it's actually ready to fly, ready to go. So, you know, I only have arm and my buzzer. Buzzer is more or less for if I lose it in the grass, because I do fly where there's a lot of tall grass. My main spots, which is around home, so there's tall grass around the neighbors and around the house and stuff. So I'll lose it. If I lose it, I can at least try to find it if I don't eject the battery. So as for that, it switches alarm.
0 milliamp hours.
And then you'll see it also has that. So it also has the fuel as well as the beeper.
0 milliamp hours.
That's just how I have it set up. You know. So and then there's arm. That's it. You know, buzzer.
0 milliamp hours.
Also tells me fuel. And then, like I said, arm. That's it. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed the build so far, and I guess after I batten everything up with the FPV, it'll be good to fly. It's ready to go. Everything is, I got the FC as you saw. I got that all, the flash, the firmware, as well as the ESCs with the latest. So, like I said, ready to fly. Hopefully the next video you'll just get to see it flying, and then we'll try to do some PID tuning, get her locked in. And for me, with my last KISS build, KISS flies on rails just with PID, just with the default PIDs. Like, it's kind of unreal. It really does fly like it's on a rail, I'm telling you. So I'm going to try this one out with just stock PIDs, and then if all goes well, we'll see how it goes, and then if it needs a little bit of tweaking, then we'll do that. So yeah, thanks guys, appreciate you watching.